Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an exciting, innovative, and amazing Propagandacast from your host and Pearl, the one, the only master propaganda heroes like defender of the fatherland, off you to a glorious 1v1 on Twin Beaches, where there's not one, but two beaches. Yes. Double the Omaha, if that ever came to be. In the north, it is Wardog fighting here for the Commonwealth of British Empire. Here with the 51st Infantry Division, tasked with pushing through German-held lines here held by Noob Nath, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, the 44th Reichsgrenadier Hoch- und Deutschmeister Division, which, yes, was an actual name for division. It actually fought in Stalingrad, got ruined and rebuilt and sent to Italy, and would then later on be sent over to the Eastern Front again. So, Double Pioneers Grenadiers here, no battle group chosen immediately from Noob Nath. We'll have, of course, these British opponent has chosen, but there's not been a choice there yet. We got sappers, infantry sections aplenty, versus pioneers and some grenadiers. As always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters, true champions and heroes in the glorious effort to support the Propagandacaster to keep the videos flowing, so big thanks to all those. Also, big thanks to Iron Fist for his generous donation and support the Propagandacaster by PayPal. Big thanks to Iron Fist, you wonderful person, you. Pioneer heading northwards, Grenadiers following up here in the south, Pioneer moving forwards there with their MP40s, the Grenadiers moving northwards there with their Car-9 TKs. Another fun fact about the 44th Reichsgrenadier Division was that when they got sent to Italy, it sort of didn't actually have the right equipment for the area. It got sent to a lot more mountainous area, and it just didn't have the artillery or the horses. In fact, it's meant to have mules, so they had to bargain and trade the way forward to get what they needed. Fun fact. So, MG42 following up here for him.
The men are ready. Never built a sandbag wall before.
More aggressive push. Then we got sandbags here being laid up for the hit field point on the hill. In the south here by the beach, we got the Pioneers moving forwards. We got the MG42 moving forwards here. Of course, mounted on a tripod there. Fun fact about that one, actually, they actually had a second tripod that was meant to be firing at aircraft. I think it's called a Lafette tripod. It was up north here, Gunners versus Samson. We got the second champion in the south. Machine gun could have wrapped to assist here if Nath can hold the line, but the problem is it's going to be a tough here with the samples closing in. They can do a lot of damage to the Grenadiers very fast at close range. They do get Thompson there. Machine gun setting up here. Could he catch them section here? Maybe. Yes, he does catch the section. Sun engagements marked on the favor of Nath here and the 44th Reichsgrenadier Division here, 1st Reichsgrenadier Company. And we got the section that routed about way up here in the south. We got British section moving up there across the beaches, and Nath staying away from the beaches. He was once bitten by a beach ball. No, he wasn't. At least from what I know. Second Grenadiers go on the way there for Nath, but way up here by the sandbags. Right onto some poor bastard's body. Shouldn't we have removed the guy before laying down the fire? Ah, what's gonna do? Complain? That's a bit rude, Jürgen. North airport being grabbed. And we got the field infirmary up here. Pretty quick choice there from Wardog, so it means his men can get healed up. Munitions point seized. British forces threatening the southern field point. Nath here quite focused on the center north, though abandoned the south here a bit quickly. Going for a third Grenadier squad for a triple Grenadier MD42 there built. I mean, it's not a bad choice. That's quite the typical opening I see from the Wehrmacht too often, though. Typically, most players want to go for the other Luftwaffe or Panzergrenadier company faster than this. That doesn't mean this is bad, but it's slightly less common. Got the flamethrower satching up here, catching the Pioneer there, moving up there with the number 2 flamethrower, also known as the life buoy, due to the rather distinct shape there of the flamethrower tank. Pioneer here, ooh, straight into the Grenadiers here. A lot of damage in the quick turn to the flamethrower, of course, their Mark II Sten guns. Up north here, section moving forwards as well. Pioneers caught up with the section, need to retreat here pretty rapidly. It could be some wipes here on Nath already from the British forces. Oh, up we go, section caught here by the MG42. No one expects the MG42 on the hill. The south field point there cut off, though he's also managed to cut off his opponent's field point there, so there's a lot of movement going in between Wardog and Nath. Another player laying about there. Fresh Grenadier squad moving forwards there for Deutschland. And we actually got an officer quarters as well. That's a pretty hefty investment here from Nath in the tier 1. Interesting choice there. So not a bad one. The versus the Americans with the risk of a fast M16 is so not what I recommend. But versus the British, this could actually be a viable strategy to consider sometimes. So you look at good map control here, so all the way. That means all of his troops are now veterans who won here, basically from both the headquarters and the infantry company. Plus, they gain all faster experience. Well, this, of course, won't be a big deal on, say, Pioneers. On the machine guns going to use, this does add up pretty quickly in the right circumstances. There you go. Nice match roll by Nath. Thumbs up. Second quarter of the M42 there. Routed. Getting a lot of damage in there for Deutschland. Quickly merching a lot there. And routed. Section in trouble. Rushing in the deal with him. In the south, if he got section up, going to hit the southern field point there. Machining gewehr there could be further forward. Sappers bringing the flamethrowers and, of course, the Sten guns. Back here, base for Nath. We also got the Luftwaffe Company. Very much is stand amongst most of the Wehrmacht players at the moment. Partly because just having access to the Jaegers and just the flak gun itself is like typically very popular. Going to push in the section here. Coming up to push, reclaim the fuel hill there. In the south, got section there by the fuel point here. Pioneers closing on the Flammenwerfer. Going to score to assist here. A lot of back and forth here between Nath and Wardog. Between the 44th and the 51st. Pioneers to rally by the section. Far up north, moving on to the hill. Mine laid down here, sandbags and barbed wire kind of ruined. Alongside Otto and Fritz. Machining gewehr moving up there, close to 2. Section rider from the southern field point. A lot back and forth. Another fun fact, the Germans like to consider this a heavy machine gun, that is with the tripod. I think most armies nowadays would consider this a medium machine gun, but that's sort of another little fun note there. Further element is actually this tripod setup here was actually meant to be used offensively. It wasn't actually used that much defensively. They'd actually remove the machine gun from the tripod and switch it to a bipod when it came to defensive fighting with the MG42 or the 34. It's a little fun fact there as well. I mean, on normal at least, you know. Doesn't really mean they never, you know, fought from it defensively at all, but, you know, on paper, I believe that's what, you know, sort of was meant to happen. Good time for the north here, flanking the section. Machining gewehr being hauled south with this counterattack. Very good. Same time, we got to push up here towards the calf point there, but this time, though, Wardog is ready in the section there. Got a tutor out here, actually, from Nath. Not as popular, but they're certainly getting some traction with certain players. Nath included. That's in the right hands. The 2-1 can be fairly effective in the early game. North here, troops here by the calf point having a half time. I think he needs to retreat here now before he gets them wiped. Since out in the open, those troops will get a bonus of those units in the open. South here, MD42 Grenadiers section ripping into them. Should try and pursue here with the 2-1 and rip down the section and retreat. Maybe that could, I think, be a pretty good idea here. Another element to consider for Nath at this point would be some mines, particularly around here and here. I think that could help screen his southern field point. We do have some mines up north here, the Schützenmine, and we got some modified anti-tank mines, meanwhile, from Wardog. Both sides mining. Thumbs up, and some mines on the cutoff point. Sehr gut. No medical station, though. At this point, I'd not be surprised he's actually planning Jaegers. Anti-tank section of the 2-1. Quick few shots to right through the frontal armor. Gunners up in the south. He aiming at their Flammenwerfer, and you've heard Gunners firing a few shots off as well. And what's going on here? We do have a platoon command post up here. Oh, he's going for the flak 30. I mean, that's also an excellent choice versus infantry and light vehicles. Second ground the point here. And he's moving about here, moving forward as well. Up north, a point being mined up here as well by the British planes. He's actually laying down a lot of mines. That is obviously very good for him. Less good for Nath. Flak gun there, halfway done. For those wondering, did the Germans actually operate heavy machine guns from, say, the 50 cal? They did not. They mostly focused, like, you know, well, MG42s, MG34s, basically lighter machine guns, but also then on, you know, larger guns with flak guns. They just didn't basically feel like they had much room for, like, you know, what was a 50 cal there. Like, most of them would use some, like, repurposed anti-aircraft machine guns. So, like, an improvised 50 cal rolls, if you will, but never really, like, a big movement there within the German army. So, little fun note there. British forces, they're lining up for a push for the centre here. Do we have a training centre up? We do, yeah. That's definitely where things get nasty there for Nath, since the sections with all those things can quickly pile up there. Makes them very powerful up north here, marching in the set off for the Pioneers. Again, these sappers are doing great work there just with the mines alone here versus Nath and the 44th Reichsgrenadier Division. South, we've got the 2-2 moving up. We've got Mechanized here. So with this, we got the raid package, providing both smoke, but also the ability for his armored car to grab points. And the center, oh, their sex being ripped apart with a flag gun. A real Saving Private Ryan moment here, just less gory, as you know, they actually get to keep the body parts. More mines up north here, and that I think was a Pioneer squad that got utterly annihilated there. Jaeger squad almost done. That flat gun is definitely providing here Nath with some significant value. We got, oh, the CMP 15, I think that stands for Commonwealth ton or something like that. But basically, it's actually a Canadian truck. They made like almost 1 million of these, and they see service like on most European fronts. They even saw service on the Eastern Front because the Canadians apparently gifted a whole bunch of them to the Soviets. So yeah, there's, you know, fairly numerous trucks there made by the Canadians. Fun fact. Perhaps not as quite as iconic, but they did see a lot of service. There's a little fun fact. They clearly provide some front reinforcement, could allow them to tow guns, so yeah, not too popular here. Very popular in the team games. I definitely expect that to get toned down a bit from what I hear. 2-1 falling bit back here. Got the first Jaeger squad swing about here. With their G43s. North, we've got the sappers moving in. Not much here. Starting to suspect he might actually be going for armoured here, in which case he can push for the Crusader anti-aircraft tank. That's definitely a popular British strategy at the moment. Go for those into Churchill tanks, or even occasionally the Black Prince. Black gun being in position a bit. I do feel like Nath needs to be careful about getting too static here. I think he should be trying to pressure his opponent more. We can see that like part of it's just because the last opponent like lay down a lot of mines. In fact, Nath right now currently has no minesweepers, and he's so far I think gotten a pretty good taste of the fact his opponent likes mines. So I do think here for Nath a really strong idea would be to get out another Pioneer squad, bring in some minesweepers, and you know start pushing a bit more. I feel like he's getting a bit too passive. We've got Bren guns here up at the lighthouse. Got into tank rifles as well here. We got the CMP there, the Pheasant, hanging about here. MG42 coming on the fuel point. And there we go, got the Crusader anti-aircraft tank out here. Basically a Crusader tank with a Bofors gun mounted on them. No, this would be the first tank, anti-aircraft tank equipped with the Bofors. They actually, the Swedish, of course the ones make the Bofors as well, actually have their own known as the Landsberg 2, and that would actually see service with the minor Axis nations. Including the Hungarians who acted a slightly modified version known as the Nimrod, which means Great Hunter. Machine gun caught up with the Bofors. Ooh, that's going to get painful here. Really big push here, backed up with the Crusader anti-aircraft tank here, and Nath has been completely blindsided. It's also going here for the Stuke Assault Group. Not a bad choice, but I think right now versus a Crusader tank rampaging about. Honestly, could actually go on for like tag up here and go for Martyrs, but no, he actually sticks the course with the Stuke Assault Group. I mean, you gotta admire that, but I do think with the Crusader anti-aircraft tank roaming about like that, you know, Marder 2 might have been an idea. Even like push for fast Panther 4, something could have done as well there, like some Panther 4s. And then could have gone for the Stuke Assault Group once the situation a bit stabilized here, but that's just me. Still, this is all this British infantry. The Stuke will certainly be a very handy tool here. Jaegers need to get out before they get buried. Sturmgeschütz last flank, they're pushing forwards here. Got the Panzer coming in as well there, so clearly the 44th is getting some support here from a nearby Panzergun Division, possibly the 15th. And he's about to get murdered by the Crusader tank here. Absolutely ripping through them there mercilessly. Oh, and a wipe the Nath. Got the flat gun, they're ripping into those Englishmen there, mercilessly so there, with the choosing of the flat gun. In the south, you got the Stuke debombarding section there, trying to survive, but there's no surviving. Against the Sturmgeschütz. 3. Ausführung D. Flat gun has achieved a Veterans U1. And is absolutely just mauling those infantry up north. Oh, he went far in with his Pioneers for some reason. Knowing there's Bofors about, you actually don't want to like get like, you know, your units too far out like that, because the Bofors is very good at wiping retreating units. Oh dear, I think it's going to cost them the Pioneers. Never mind, the Saps are going to do the work here. Woof, that was a bit awkward there by Nath. Great though for his opponent though, for Wardog there. But yeah, that was a bit of a misclick there, I think, by Nath. That means he's got no repairing stuff. Oh, the Crusader tank hits a mine. The engine's damaged. The tea is ruined. The biscuits soggy. Saxon getting hammered out in the open there. Crusader tank then narrowly escaping the wrath of the Wehrmacht. Sturmgeschütz, they're gaining veterans who won. We got another Jäger squad here for Nath. Probably anti-tank rifle. This section got wiped. Does gain a slight amount of vengeance for the losses here so far, but it does appear in some respects here that Wardog and the 51st Infantry Division is still fairly far ahead here of the Germans. Section of them caught out in the open here. Grenadiers, flat gun, and Stuck just ripping into them. Almost wiping out the entire lot there. And we got here the flank positions enabled. Set up. Fresh Jäger squad out here. I would strongly imagine more Panzerix here from Nath. Also, he may want to recruit that machine gun back in his base. He's using the 2 to just grab points. He could, in a pinch, upgrade it with the anti-tank rifle or anti-tank gun, depending on who you're asking, because there's upgrade there. Basically, the Panzerbuchse 41 is by most other armies in the Germans considered an anti-tank gun, but the Germans consider just a very heavy anti-tank rifle. Go figure. Who knows, maybe they did it for deception purposes. Crikey, that doesn't look like an anti-tank rifle. Oh, well, you know, it is, mein Englischer Freund. It's just very, very heavy. Got the Crusader moving forwards, so yeah, the question is going to probably be like next Churchill tanks. The question is, will he go for the regular ones, or will he try and push for the Black Prince? That is the big question here. Both are obviously viable options. Ooh, anti-tank section straight into the flat gun. The assaults are once more going to be very bloody. Stuck, of course, supporting also very nice tool there. Crusader tank diving in. Hud could get a wipe here on the Grenadiers here. Pantherfast off here. Might just save the retreating Grenadiers here. Close call there for Nath. But he in the 44th managed it. Anti-tank pulling up the Stuck D in the south there. Crusader tank there getting blasted with Panzerschrecks. The Raketen Panzerbuchse almost got it. Could he take out here Wardog's Crusader? Up north, they're moving. Same one moving up. Got the flat gun firing at it. Stuck D getting hammered here. Blasting then. Ripping apart 2 rooms here filled with Englishmen. Still no upgrade on that one. Got the flak firing through the side armor here of the Crusader tank. Pantrick going forward. Good shot for the rear here. Second rocket off here. Crusader gets knocked out there. Huge blow here to Wardog and the 51st Infantry. Nice kill here for Nath. Nice kill for Deutschland. Saps them forward into the flak gun here. The results are as predictable as they are gory. Well, as gory as apparently Relic will allow it. Just one forward there and knocked out the anti-tank rifles. That was a bit of a waste there. That said, he had no way of repairing it because he's got no pioneers at the moment. They're all, well, dead. So some pretty hefty action in the center between the 2 combatants here. Burning anti-aircraft tanks. Piles of blood. Poodles of blood, not piles. You can't pile up blood unless you freeze it. We're not on the Eastern Front. Or on the Alps. Or Norway. Yeah, we'll have to see what flops next here. We do get another Crusader anti-aircraft tank out here, though. So he clearly wants to maintain something. As for Nath, we're not seeing any tech. We're not seeing additional pioneers. I would not be surprised we're going to go for the Panther. I mean, he's seen the Crusader anti-aircraft tank, so he's obviously expecting Churchill tanks. So, I mean, going for Panthers isn't a half bad idea overall. In fact, it's a pretty good idea. Need to reinforce, heal, Jaegers there. Does he? Oh, he is finally going for the healing upgrade there. I'd actually recommend pulling back these Jaegers. Like, you know, some of them are just right about to drop dead. Take the poor Fritz there, second from the top. Hey Fritz, you look a bit pale. Yeah, I think my kidneys are gone. Ah, you don't need kidneys. Do you? Switching southwards here, I think this is also working about Wardog. He's actually, I think, fairly good at shifting frontages, whereas Nath seems increasingly focused on the centre, allowing himself to like more quickly concede the south, in the north here to his opponent. That's a bit dangerous there for Nath, but and particularly also, you know, rewards here Wardog for being more active here in the front. So thumbs up to Wardog there. We still got the first in there. Veterans 1. Enough, he's not upgrading it. Maybe it's out of courtesy, I don't know. Hunters the Bren section there. Jaegers as well there. Small chance of wipe here on the Bren section. That'd be very beneficial for Nath. And because they get the Bren gun, that'd be even better. Down to 2 men here. Down to 1 man. A running man. Stug there finally being repaired. We also got the minesweepers out finally. Machine gun calls to be a bit more forwards. And of course, worth noting here, by the way, with the officer quarters, if you, on the infantry company, if you do accrue an MD42 again after the wipe, you immediately get veterans 1 on. It's actually a small handy element there. And similar like, if you had the officer quarter C and then recruit your flat gun, boom, instant veterans 1 there. That is actually like a small advantage it actually confers on you as well, besides just like an immediate veterans 1 experience gains. It also means if you accrue any of those weapons again, they also immediately get veterancy as well. Samples around to them before 2 here. We've got the Stug hull down and find positions. Need to get the Patricks in there, but they're basically up north. He's even going for like a 3rd Jaeger school with these reconnaissance package. Interesting choice there. MD42 not having a great time. Smoke cleared out. Oh, and it gets wiped. Not entirely sure otherwise not supporting this. In fact, he could like even try and move up here and get behind his opponent. Machine there grabbed here by Wardog against Nath here, punishing his lack of alacrity in the face of a British Southern assault here. Again, the Wardog here, I think, a very savvy player when it comes to maneuvering. I mean, obviously not going to be gaining any friends with this strategy or role, but tactically, I'd say he's doing fairly well here, catching Nath fairly much off guard here and punishing any mistakes here. And there goes Sappers wiped out. Small win for Deutschland. The flank gun continues to do very well. And there you go, veterans 2. Really just ripping through their Wardog's infantry. Saps at risk of being wiped out here. Stug D just hanging back here, not doing too much. Worth noting, no machine gun upgrade on it. You really want machine guns on your Stugs. They're really good. But there you go, we got a Panther in here from Corps Reserve to assist the 44th. Panzerkampfwagen 5, Ausführung D. North the Jägers control the tank on section with gunners moving forwards, though fairly low in health. Jägers in trouble here. Panther pushing forward, Stug just hanging back. Yeah, this is going to be a challenge then meanwhile here for Wardog, because, well, he's got a bunch of anti-tank rifles, and that's it to really stop a Panther. That's not quite going to cut unless Nath, like, does something very silly with this Panther, which is, not impossible, but... Stug here going for the section there. Panther pushing forward, shoots, misses the Pheasant. Got the Bofors there, being launched against the front line with the Panther, of course doing no damage. Almost got the Pheasant, which panics. Drowley is trying to get past the Panther. That obviously did not work out. Section there, down at 4 health, Stug. 1 health, oh god. And a section wipe there, good hit then Wardog. North going for the cup one again, very nice harassment there by Nath, by the way. Panther pushing for the Crusader tanks here, trying to get shots through the side armor, but with the shoots in there, it's not quite going the way. Almost got one of the Crusader tanks here. Can Nath score a kill for Deutschland? Yes, a burning beacon. Got smoke deployed here, rifle grenade fired off. I guess that was a bit optimistic. South here, Jaegers advancing rapidly for the Fatherland. North here, Pioneers flying back. We got the Stug D in intensity repairs. How's things in there? The engine's on fire. The out of ammunition. Says fuel on the floor. I think my lord has lost one of his arms. And I think the driver's gone blind. Yeah, I think those are all the issues for now. Bouncing forwards here. Mine's going to be an excellent investment, I think, here by the sound of things for Wardog. Mine set off there. Half activated already. Machine gun aiming her forwards. Crusader heading northwards, going for more easy targets. Jaeger's in trouble. They're being absolutely mauled here by the flamethrower. In fact, they're about to get wiped out at this rate. Yep. That was a brutal loss there for Nath. Didn't really get to do much, did they? At this point, a part of me feels like you should try and take up, maybe bring up some Panther forces to support his Panther, or Sturmpanzer maybe? You could also just keep churning up Panthers, admittedly. That isn't honestly a bad strategy either. Nice shooting there. So they're going north again. Note the way Wardog just quickly shift around here. Like, you know, he's very quick, I think, good at this, sort of like, you know, figure out how Nath is moving and then playing around it. Presuming for the north here. Like, he doesn't just, like, get obsessed with one point on the map and just keep attacking in there. Well, that's a pretty ballsy dive here by him. Pretty ballsy. And that, yeah, straight into the Jaegers. Rather getting punished here, particularly with the Panther dives in. Oh, another mine. Really just stellar work then. We got the Churchill Black Prince out after all. A tank of which they only made 2. And on the Max Eversol servers. Still never a fan of that one. Again, the comparison being like they decided to give the Deutsche Waffe called Prototype King Tiger. It's like, yeah. Still Panzer in trouble versus the Churchill Black Prince. Stu D there. Definitely needs to get out of there before that 17-pounder gun utterly wrecks them. Nice shot then from the Panther, straight for the frontal armor. Then we got buttoning up here on the Churchill Black Prince, preventing from firing. That said, he probably should pull it back here. There's a lot of troops nearby, could risk losing the flak gun here, and crucially the experience, and even like, that's going to be like, I think, a bit painful here. Probably should just dispatch smoke. Oh, rifling it there, messing up the crew, shutting off the buttoning here. Panther gets a good shot here. We got a Panther past the side armor here. Good shot from the Panther again. Here we got focused fire here, increasing the rate of fire, but decreasing the mobility here. Also increasing the accuracy. Churchill again having a flak gun, recruited again by a few plucky pioneers. The Panther's heavily damaged, but so is the Churchill Black Prince. Stu demoing in again. Flak gun there being overwhelmed by British infantry. And the flak gun crew is exterminated again here. Panther sneaks up for a few extra shots here. Betchney 2 on that Panther. That's definitely not bad. And we got a second Panther rolling out for Deutschland. Meanwhile, we got the Churchill Black Prince rolling forwards here, while lumbering forwards. Holding back the flak gun here. Setting up to deal with the German counterattack, perhaps. They may want to pull it back to base for some reinforcement healing. Churchill Black Prince laying a good hit on the side armor of the Panther. Panther getting hit on the flank is definitely pushed back rapidly. Another great shot there from the Black Prince. Stu D trying to assist. Getting actually some damage in there. More pioneers run. That'll be a good idea for Nath as well to just increase the repair speed on both Panthers. But I feel like he's trying to like exploit more on the beaches, maybe like head northwards. There you go. Black Prince repaired. It's going to take a bit of while with just one sapper section here. Both sides actually a bit worn out. You can see there, Wardog quick to lay down mine to like blunt any German counterattack. Thumbs up. More sappers on the way this well to repair stuff. Plus they are cheaper to actually train and reinforce with the armoured battle group. So he's actually incentivized us to getting a lot of them to repair his stuff. Nath and the Germans, not so much. He's trying to set up for another Panther already. I don't know. I feel like that was just giving his opponent too much time. He's going to play like too defensively with that. Because, I mean, clearly Wardog is just going to keep mining if he does that. He's committing to a small attack here with just one Panther and some infantry. Yeah. Stu D also being sort of hauled into that. Yeah, I think more pioneers just repairing that faster than pushing up south would be much more advantageous right for Nath. Good shot in the Jaegers here by the Black Prince. Need to treat those Jaegers. They're definitely on the wrong side of the wall here. Good game for running artillery support here. Good shot from the Panther here. But he's taking a lot of damage from the Black Prince and its mighty 17-pounder gun, which could, well, his most German armour. Certainly the armour of a Panther would not have been much of an issue for that gun. Stugdini's got out before that to get sent to scrap metal.
One of our capture points is under attack.
So yeah, he's got the other Panther fixed up, and now the first one is in need of repairs again. He's about to lose the Stugdi. He should pop smoke. Ah, well, never mind. Now, there is smoke coming out of it, but it's the wrong kind of smoke. It's the wrong kind of smoke. Look, he puffs the smoke screen. Otto! That's not the smoke screen. Oh. Ah, scheiße. They're trying to go for another Panther. I mean, obviously, 3 Panthers is going to be a bit tough to deal with for this, but at the same time, his opponent is laying down a lot of mines. It means, like, any head-on armored charge is going to end up very painfully for Nath. I mean, this is really smartly done, of course, by Wardog. I mean, he's pretty much seeing here what Nath is doing, and of course, he's just looking to sabotage it. This is typically the right move to do. Like, if you got, like, a good advantage, your opponent's doing nothing, you just start chucking down as many mines as you can across, like, the major avenues of attack here. And this, again, is where, like, Nath hasn't really done himself any favors because, like, again, with Wardog has been, like, pretty good at moving across most of the map here. Nath has increasingly been very narrow in his, like, passive attack and movement, making it very easy for, like, Wardog to divine where all the mines need to go. He doesn't, like, have to, like, you know, pull up intelligence reports and, like, you know, psychological evaluations and Nath, like, figure it out. It's like, well, he keeps attacking up this damn road. Maybe we should just mine the damn road. Yeah. 3rd Panther out here. That is a lot of Panthers, though. Definitely not something to be taken lightly, but a lot of mines can definitely, make them a lot easier to manage, particularly when you got the Churchill Black Prince that's almost virtually 3. So it looks like, yeah, we're going to see an armored push here by Nath. Splitting up his tanks. I mean, if they're sort of converging in the right place, maybe, but we can see it's all starting to, like, again, mine around here as well, so... And he doesn't, like, have any minesweepers easily supporting it. He actually needs to bring out the minesweepers now, but, yeah... I think Nath, he has completely underestimated Wardog. Completely. We'll have to see, though. I mean, this could work, but this could also not work. It'll be interesting to see here. Like, if he keeps up the Panther... Oh, he's in mining up here. Wardog is now taking no chance. There you go, Panthering up here. First Panther hits a mine here. Second Panther stops right before mine there. Narrowly avoiding getting its treads blown off in front of the Black Prince. We got infantry up here on the side here. Other Panther going for deeper flank here. Jaeger's hitting a mine here. More mines getting off here, this time by the British. First Panther being hauled back, needs repairs, but the Pioneers are all the way down here not assisting. He doesn't have enough munitions for the mechanized assault. He doesn't actually have a single munitions point. Panther keeps up the move here. Jaeger's advancing. Panther needs to keep moving as well here. Jaeger's moving up the center. Like, already now, the mines are really having an impact here on, like, Nath's assault. Again, without the mines, he'd probably just easily push in with the Panthers, wreck the Black Prince, the Pheasant, and just left, like, you know, Wardog in a bad spot. But instead, things come completely sideways there. Now we got to actually think Black Prince should actually pop focus fire here. Need to get the eggs into this team. We got rear Panther. Focus fire on this one. Focus fire! Oh, he's forgotten about it. He finally popped on the other one, but it's too late here. Pop it on this one as well. Get the Jaegers in. He's not moving in the Jaegers. He forgot about the Panzer Grenadiers. Oh, scheiße. And the Black Prince gets the other Panther. Had he just had the Jaegers, so that Black Prince would have been in flames. Instead, he's lost 2 Panthers now. And that the match is over. So close yet so far here. A heroic defense here by Wardog against Black Prince. Again, not Black Prince, but Noob Nath. Again, the mines here proved to be very crucial, but also just, you know, Nath there probably was feeling a bit frustrated and so was losing a bit there due to tunnel invasion, but yeah. So yeah, mines good. Minesweepers also good, particularly knowing your opponent is laying down a lot of mines. I think that was definitely one of the major sites there by Nath against Wardog there. There's so many things I think he also could have done, like maybe instead, like, you know, some of the other choices, he could just go for like a fast Panzer company and then follow up with the Panthers. Maybe that would like force his opponent like going for regular Churchills rather than holding up for the Black Prince, as an example. A lot of elements there, but you know, really interesting fight here. Some nice action here with some Panzers and assaults, and a really good flat gun that really, I think, did some serious lifting there for Nath throughout a good portion of the match until he lost it to his opponent. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. Consider telling your friends, your family about the glorious Propagandacast. As you know, you can also support the Propagandacast by donating or pledging on Patreon. Links in the description. Or if you haven't bought the company's stream, just want to link in the comments using the CoH3 G. So thank you all for joining in, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.